this figure. First impressions, amazing. As you see, it comes with the fisted hands right out of the box. I'd like to mention before I forget that this is a heavy figure in weight. Very, very big with a fat suit. And it looks like the body was sculpted specifically for this actor because of the thighs. No detail was ignored. I mean, look at the weathering on the knees. There's a nice slice above his right knee from the chainsaw. This is possibly one of the greatest mass-produced figures. Another one comes to mind from Blitzway. And if you own it, you know what I'm talking about. Pretty Woman portrait is unbelievable. The paintwork, the lipstick smear. Now I'm going to shine some light. Just look at that. That is incredible paintwork. For a mass-produced figure, forget it. And not to mention how creepy it is. I'm going to take him off the diorama right now. I'm going to put him on the Sideshow. It's basically a watermark. The boots are done really nicely. They come up to about here. I notice when you want to swap out the hands, it's probably easier to put the charm bracelet like this, or you could do it the other way, but it doesn't really matter. You just don't want to jam it into the slot because it's kind of, I want to say fragile, maybe a little like delicate. So this is where I have some problems with the set, the accessories, especially the old lady. Her head sculpt, it just looks terrible, I think. It doesn't look like aged flesh. The hair sculpt I don't like. It looks like it was rushed, like it was an afterthought, not really part of the set. I mean, it's not a popular mask or a face portrait like the other two. It also comes with this pretty cool apron, very 70s pattern, and it has some nice distress, weathering, whatever you want to call it, on the edges there. I'm not going to take it out of the plastic because I'm never going to dress it as the old lady. Now, this knife looks very toyish to me, very Hasbro, and I'm not a fan of it. I won't be using it, so I guess it really doesn't matter. I believe this is a sledgehammer. I'm not sure, but it looks like it could be one. It has a nice speckling effect, gunmetal wash. Earlier, I mentioned that I was very, very amazed by this figure. Can you think of a figure mass-produced that just blew your mind? Leave a message in the comments. Why don't you hit that like button? If you like this content, let me know and I'll keep banging them out as long as I can. They give you a nice amount of hands, surprisingly, and they're sculpted pretty well. The only thing I would change or add to is probably like dirt in the fingernails, or like a busted, I don't know, just gnarly them up a little. This is the hand for the back of the chainsaw, and this hand is specifically made to hold that handle. And let's analyze the chainsaw. I actually believe that Sideshow does a better job in weathering and distress than Hot Toys. I always thought that, and it shows here. There's a lot of worn rust. They didn't have to go that far. Well, even underneath the chainsaw, you could see it's all dirt and rust. A lot of detail in this, I will say. The color is coming off very green through the camera. It's more like a washed out, faded green, like a lime almost. But it's great work, I will say. I can't stress enough how much I adore this figure. If you're a fan of the film, I highly recommend this figure. There's not a doubt in my mind.